Loki, the god of mischief, and the void, the dark, destructive side of the Sentry. When their paths cross, expect epic confrontations. Loki's intellect and magic meet an unstoppable force of annihilation that is the void. Hit like and subscribe for more superhero secrets and comic book stories. Loki's been bad. First appearing in comics as the force that brings the Avengers together. He's also been good. In some ways. In between, Loki is unpredictable and mischievous. The void is only predictable in its unending desire to end everything. That includes Loki. Two of the most intense battles between Loki and the void have very different outcomes. In one, Loki's alliance with Norman Osborn goes bad when the void runs rampant. In the other, Loki becomes the Sorcerer Supreme and faces Doctor Strange possessed by the void. When Norman Osborn becomes the leader of Hammer and gets an Iron Man suit, he makes the unusual decision to attack Asgard. It is easier at the time because the home of the Norse gods is floating above Oklahoma. Who better to help him than Loki and the Sentry? Osborn might be unhinged, but he isn't stupid. A full-scale attack is launched which sends the Sentry off the deep end. The void, the darker, uncontrollable side of the superhero is in full control, leading him to rip former teammate Ares in half. Loki, ever the schemer, initially supports Osborn's invasion as a member of the Cabal. A bunch of villains looking to rule the world. Using the void to rip through gods and mortals alike. Asgard is torn apart, its golden towers reduced to rubble. Loki witnesses the horror of the void as it takes out the heroes. Loki changes sides and uses the Norn Stones, powerful Asgardian artifacts, to grant Earth's heroes a surge of power. He hopes they can stand a chance against the void. Unfortunately for Loki, the void sees his betrayal and turns its wrath upon him. What follows is one of the most brutal defeats Loki has ever suffered. The void pushes the heroes back and pulls Loki into his darkness. Loki screams in pain as he is overwhelmed by the void. In his final moments, Loki apologizes to Thor before the void tears him apart. The void's devastating power reduces Loki to nothing. The horrifying act provokes an equally powerful outburst from Thor, but it is too late for Loki. Lucky for Loki, being an Asgardian who has moments of redemption has advantages. Like being eventually reincarnated, allowing Loki and the void to meet again under different circumstances and with a different outcome. This time, Loki has tricked Doctor Strange out of the mantle of the Sorcerer Supreme. A situation that Strange isn't pleased about, but Loki isn't bothered. He's more interested in what Strange has hidden behind a locked door in the Sanctum Sanctorum. Loki is convinced Strange has hidden a spell that can allow him to steal all magic from the world, but he can't get the door open, until Strange gives him the opportunity. Not happy about having his title taken, Strange gets himself a magical upgrade after a trip to Asgard and the World Tree, Yggdrasil. After giving an offering, Strange is given a magical staff that allows him to power up to God mode. Unfortunately, Strange's ex-assistant Zelma isn't happy about Loki and Strange fighting. She casts a spell that stops them from using magic for 3 minutes. Zelma wants them to talk. Loki has other ideas, and being a god, he's got the power to give Strange a very painful 3 minutes. Loki takes Strange to the locked door. He gets Strange to release the magical containment spell even though he has no idea what is inside. He thinks it's a powerful spell, but it turns out to be the void. Loki is thrown from the Sanctum Sanctorum as if he was nothing. The Trickster god is terrified, suddenly aware that he released the horrific power of the void and has no way to stop it. To make matters worse, the void needs a host and the closest candidate is Doctor Strange. With the master of the mystic arts under its control, the void is more dangerous than ever. It doesn't just have raw power, it has magic. It corrupts Strange's spells, warping reality itself. Dark, tendril-like energies stretch into the world and encounter Zelma. With the memories of Strange, the void can see the spell Strange bound to Zelma's soul. It was the one Loki was looking for. Loki removes the spell from Zelma's soul and absorbs all the magic from the world. With it he separates Strange from the void. Together Loki and Strange attempt to push the void back. Without a physical form, the void is weaker, but Loki and Strange are not strong enough. They keep pushing, but the void isn't moving until the Sentry comes flying in and lands an earth-shattering punch. But the Sentry isn't powerful enough by himself. The combination of Loki, Strange and the Sentry push the void back. The depraved horror is forced back into a mystical cell. In a blinding light of Asgardian magic, Strange traps the void behind the magically reinforced door in the Sanctum Sanctorum. The door is once again sealed and the void has been imprisoned where it cannot harm anyone. At least for now. What do you think? Loki gets a little help the second time, but could the Asgardian trickster have defeated the void? Or does he bite off more than he can chew? Was Loki tricked by the void? Is there any scenario in which Loki could beat the void alone? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more superhero secrets and comic book stories.